Adeshimamba ye mamu ina akwa abawie Edmuba KFM TV eso ewie emre aso se ye de kase bottle no ye de ebrewo ensem no edoso ye papa na mekai wo se dwumeko bi adaruma na ewie wo mo eso masne ma me de kase bo me de ba besomo na mekai wo se dwumeko bi adaruma ye beda KFM Musical Center wo mo eton instrument se ope combo guitar microphone speaker drum set ni na nudwe ni etwem KFM Musical Center so ye wonsa ebetimi akani nya bi wo ba na ikopie mu ewa santemantema wo mo ewa edum wo mo ne Sambra Hotel no ana bon hwani mo kwamantem ha so no wo mo ewa akra Zongo Lane eno ntu betimi akoho na oni o makodidwa na obibia akoso kama ewie wo mo somasne sa enso so ana talent microfinance enso yesika krabia wo mo aba wo mo eboa nipa dodo na mo musika sem ejina ne nan so eno nti se wo pe bebi abobosia edi ahye adwuma so no mekanfo talent microfinance de amount ewo hosa ewie wo mo so somasne Maame de kase bottle no me de besomo dada bate cab enso eton phones ene ho akade bia se wo pe Infinix iPhone Samsung nini anodu eni etwemo dada batek haba obenya sa phones ni na ebia wo mo ewo kanechi wo mo ebenta kwa station no pe ewie dwumeko we adaroma no mo bo mechi do ma me de kase ebo no me de eba abesomo ewie nsem no edos ye papa na de bedimo akotini ebia ye de ebesomo no se speaker of parliament on Monya for Kingsford Alban Sumana Bagman and the day what in Sembi Abetudja idea Munsem Yade Ebeba Besomo Elhosasa and so and Adom Kuma no Banu Deni on Monya for Alexander Afenyon Markin so no so Abekasa Ediafa Eye NPP Amenio Kono Ehon any woman penny dada nana adudan kwekufado hwan so Yade Munsem Yade Ebeba Besomo sa and so and a Ghana Education Service and so echemu se Eye dues Hudra mojeje edi free eye PT mu no wo mo ya nka wo mo enjan na wo mo enjaye a wo mehwe ama embra eni wo mo edi ne sene se efata awie eno so yede mu nsem yede ebeba besom we ne nsem ne afufro pi ayabo ano ayede besom wo se kase botew wo KFM TV ne so mekai wo sensem no etwego we abe fontentam video ne so Facebook and YouTube KFM TV GH eno tu betimi ahwebi na wa share na wa like na wa dwentwe no so die gu ase ama me kama kenkan kwa wie wo temi nka no edin a meje so ene Maame Esi Nkrumah me dan me ho sema ba me ba nsem no me hyase e de amo Ebusia for yeguso mamu ina akwa abawie eguso ede moba KFM TV so mekoso ekai wo se wiensem no etwego ewe abefo ntentam video ne so Facebook and YouTube KFM TV GH eno ntu betimi akoho no wahwe bi no wa share na wa like na wa dwentwe no so die guase ama me kama ewie me hyensem na se ede ama odia eye ndrada na mrahye bedwafo wo mo ekwa asetena ewo my Ghana ha eno de ensem bebre na ana mo de tudwa eye MPs mienu no so ye swere in assesia de wo mo so ye de omuden akọ parliament na no anam so amende a speaker of parliament honorable Kingsford Alban Sumana Bagman wono so abekasa wodin sembi ebegu kwan mo a wode kwama MPs ahodo a wo mo ewo mrahye bedwafie ne nsem a wode etudwa na wie KFM TV enso ye de bi esomo ewo kase bottle no eso
we say recess. They recede from plenary session to engage in the other functions of the House outside plenary session. So they don't go, members of parliament don't go on holidays or vacation. They recede to continue to do the work of Member of Parliament. I think it's something that we have to consider because the Labour Act expects that you should also have some leave. Some leave is done all over the world. Members of Parliament have leave so that you can rest. Those of us who have sacrificed all these years, we know how our families have been destroyed because you never have time for your family. You never have time for people dear to your heart, the people that you grew with, and sometimes they don't spare you. Please, let's think about it, discuss with our neighbors outside the parliament, and at least get a few days to have some breathing space, if not to rest, but to share love with your immediate family members.
Same way, and a Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Kingsford Alban, Sumana Bagbin, what they abe to KFM TV, and so ye be abaye de abe some wo hosa ye guswa to ansem so de amawe dia dom kuma no banu deni onmonyam for Alexander Afenyo Markins wono so abe kasa de afa ndra da sitina omokoye ho ni NPP amenioko na wochem se womo de emra nana adedanko ekufado eteso no womunim se mistakes there womo biye papa na sa mistakes a womo ye no womo ntimi fa ntoto ende edien ho de ekoso e wo my Ghana ha no womo ntimi enfa ntoto ho.
You see, ours is a center right in ideology. What does a center right party does? It promotes free markets, it promotes private enterprise, it encourages the private sector to develop and promote Ghanaian values. Of course, we were in office for 8 years, no doubt. Some few mistakes made, some few disappointment, but largely our records speak. We introduced free SHS and implemented successfully. We were able to make TVET free. We introduced them. All the TVET institutions across the nation received facelifts. In terms of road infrastructure, 13,000 kilometers of roads. Never in the history of this country have we ever experienced that. The 1D1F was aimed at helping the private sector. And not the least, the Agenda 111, that dream, that vision of ensuring that health care infrastructure was brought to the doorstep of our people. My point is that all these Ghanaians saw and experienced. We revamped the health insurance system. NIA was properly retooled, sufficient budgetary allocation made, and then the Ghana card, which our opponent poo-pooed. Today, the Ghana card that was brought on stream has helped our security agencies in tracking people who are involved in all manner of crimes.
Ebusi afanunti semwe anna dom kuma no ba no deni onmonya for Alexander Afenyo Markins wode abetuja yenso yedi bi ababesom ewo kase bote no so yedi every sansem no magi na yedi akonsem from their Ghana Education Service enso edi kokobo kwama schools ahodro ewo my Ghana ha wo mpeni for any PT executive ni say PTA dues abibia no mo gifri wo mo ho no mo hwe na wo mo enjoy no so mo enjoy a wo behwe amagana mre no enu wo mo ediniye papa na yende statement ba montne wo October bosumeni de tosu edionu mienu emu no ana wo de sansem we ebetudwa ye krata Ghana Education Service edi wo mo nsa ato ase no ana mpenifo edi abetudwa yenso ye di bi abesom wo hosa yedi wo free sansem no awie ne yedi wo akonsem frufro mu edi a Mashe bedwani edema yendi abato mpeso ane so Abdul Fatah Al Hassan wono so abekasa de afa eye Ghanaian athletes ahodo a wo mo ewo my Ghana mu che se abibia no se onya contract bi se od betu kwan wo se utimi ye hwehwemu na obo homode no ma bi e se odi gu kwan mo asasa contract waje atum na se wo yes anini asa wetimi agi bibisa atum semwe anna mrahye bedwani a ogina hode ma de hye ya wo mo ewo yendi abaton peso aso no wono so wode abetu edwa.
The issue of young athletes searching for greater pastures elsewhere is very rife and is very rampant. I remember, even as an MP, sometimes you are looking for such opportunities for your constituents, but you are very careful because you don't even know the market out there. And people will come and paint very good pictures. I give you an example. I tried something like that in Russia, and I got someone who was trying to help me. And I told him about some of the potentials I have in my constituency. We're far advanced in the discussions. And God being so good, around the same moment, I happened to travel to Russia. And we were received by the embassy. And so I had this discussion with them. And you know what they told me? That they have cases at the embassy where young people have been brought in the name of football, pursuing football careers, and now they have landed at Ukraine war, informed of the war.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yes. In fact, that was what discouraged me. They will bring them under the guise of helping them to get clubs, and when they get in there, before you see, you know, there was even that report in Ghana that some Ghanaians were found at the war front in Ukraine.
Yes.
And they made the video themselves.
Exactly. Most of them were taken as footballers. And so that killed my spirit immediately. Because I don't want to be linked to anything like that.
Of course.
So you see, sometimes what may be perceived may be genuine, but because of these things, you have to hold your breath. Otherwise, you don't know where that will land you. And the moment your name comes up as somebody who has taken him there, then that becomes an issue. Meanwhile, you had very good intentions. You understand? So I think the desperation on the part of our... And if I had not, like Evie said, if I had not contacted, if I had not sought that information from the embassy, I would not have had this information.
Of course not.
So when I did that and I got that information, I quickly stopped. You understand? And so, like he's saying, the need to always make sure that you are in touch with the embassy, because the embassy knows the ins and outs of the country you are in. Exactly. And so they'll be able to advise you accordingly. If you look at this young man, he's here pursuing...
And they have access to authorities as well.
That is it.
Country.
That is it. They have access.
So if you are in trouble,
they
know
can
who
easily intervene.
Who to talk to and whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. And even the club you've been promised, they'll be able to tell you whether it's indeed...
Ebusiafo anuntin semwe ana yendi eye mrahye bedwani wono so wode abetudwa KFM TV yenso yedi bi abesomo ewo kase botel ne so yegina so ne yede ewie nsem no yede ninia aba na ewie yensem no de di mo akotine ebiene se Speaker of Parliament Honorable Kingsford Alban Sumana Bagbin ende wode nsem bi abetudwa edifa ye mrahye bedwafo eho a eno yede mu nsem yede ebesomo sa enso so ana dom kuma no ba no deni onmonya for Alexander Afenyo Markins enso abekasa ede afa eye mampeni dada na adudanko ekufu adona membu ho wono so wode ehon semba ye ayenso ye dibi ebeso mo hosa sa enso so ana Ghana Education Service enso ede kokobo kwama schools ahodo a wo mo man Ghana ha wo mo penifo se PTA dues abibia no wo mo gidi free wo mo hwe na wo mo enjan yesa wo mema mbra no ene wo mo edi ne senya esefa se busuafo we ne nsem ne afoforo pi awie yabo ano yede ebeso mo se kase boto wo KFM TV ne so mekai wo se dwumeko bi adaroma na ewie wo mo so masne ma me de nsem no me de ebeso mo yebeda KFM Musical Center Dadaba Tech Hub ana Talent Microfinance yebeda mo ase se wo mo etimi aboye twido ma yede nsem no yede abeso mo kenkan fo ewie o temi nka no edin a meje so ene Maame Esi Nkrumah yakra mu ina